I gotta go shortly anyway. Actually, I gotta take off there now. I'll come on back in when I'm back. I gotta run out for a few minutes, okay?
Yep.
Bye. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
We're live, Mike.
Yes, we are. All right, everybody. What I'm doing right now is I'm closing in. I have all the fiber optic line in place. I have got everything tied down. I think I need to put some hot glue. No, I don't need to do that. I did that over there, and I really didn't need to do that, but it worked out okay. I put hot glue on this to lock it in place. And now, as you can see, I worked on this earlier today. What this is this is the retainer that is going to keep the battery box closed so it won't flop open. And yeah, I think I gotta bend that just a little bit. There we go. Straighten that out some. But anyway, the battery box is right here. All right, and it's a hinge right here so that I can open it up and pull the battery out. It's very difficult to do. But anyway, this locks it in place so that it doesn't flop open. GJ, nice to see you, GJ. Hi, Eric. Welcome to the show. And how do you remember how to say his dad's name?
Yes.
How?
Yafi.
Yafi?
That's perfect.
Did it? Okay. Edric, I hope to talk to your dad one of these days. And with practice, I can get his name right.
No, you're getting it just perfect.
Okay. I translate English to Mandarin also, and my translator, when I'm talking in Mandarin, I'm almost perfect with the inflections on saying the Mandarin words correctly.
YouTube's got a new layout.
Really?
Yeah, the theatre button, play button, autoplay, the speaker icon, pause play icon, all different.
Huh. Well, we know that they're changing stuff.
On where, Brad? On YouTube, on the PC, on laptop. Oh. Yeah.
All right, everybody. I am the paper engineer. I have taught myself how to build things with recycled paper. All of you that have watched this build coming along, it has been a tad bit of an arduous project, and it takes a lot of time to do this. You just don't whip things out. It's one of those kind of deals that it takes a grip of time to do. Now, I don't need to use these. No, I need to use something like this.
GJ says it was a windy day, so we had beef stew.
Ah, beef stew? Awesome news. I like beef stew. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to extrapolate what exactly this piece is going to have to look like to fit in here. Okay, and there's a lot of custom work that you have to do when you're building this stuff, because every piece that you make is a one-off masterpiece out of paper. And I treat this as such with everything that I do. Now that part is going to fit right in there. Now I want that to fit a little bit better, so I've got to trim this tip off, just like that. Not much, don't need much taken off, because it'll fit really well without taking off a lot. Then I put it in here just like this to see how well it's going to go. It is looking very good. So now the thing is, when I hold it down into place, it moved a touch. Okay, so in that movement, I see where I actually can cut this back a little tiny bit. All right, so what I want to do is I want to take this edge down just a bit, and it goes down to nothing. It takes it from about a 32nd of an inch down to nothing. And then it goes right back in place to see how well it's going to work. And now what I have got is I have got a very accurately built piece that goes in place. Because everything is custom made, you have to custom make all the parts. Now that is ready. So what we do now is we add Elmer's glue to it. PVA glue works good as well. Now that I got glue on there, now we want to slip this into place. Just like that. And now I need to hold it for a bit, just to let the glue bond. And that looks, no, that doesn't look good. I got to hold it some more. Anyway, this is one of the reasons why you can't make a whole lot of parts ahead of time, because everything is custom fit and built. It has to work in conjunction with every part that you're building. Now, all of these lights, the fiber optics, and the LEDs that I've got in here, you can see what kind of a mess this is. All right, all of this is just, it's messy. All right, well, it's only messy because it takes custom work to get it to be in place. Once you build all of this up inside of here, all of this messiness disappears. Okay, I had that messiness with the wires under here. You can't tell because it's all covered up with the body. And that's what I'm doing right now, is covering up these parts. Okay, well, I need to add a part in here, because once I get this piece on right here, which is this piece down here, once I get that on, then I can put a part across here, or some pieces, structural pieces across this direction to glue this next part to. And I should probably add that piece in next. No, I got to make the matching set for over here. Now I need to close in this piece over here, just like I did this one over there. And so we just take a part of this and stick it over here and see how it looks. See what I need to do to it. to get it to fit right. Kind of need to trim this off like so. Okay, now we're going to put it back in there. And because I have done so much building with paper, I kind of can see angles of this stuff. Well, that was really, really close. I need to trim just a tiny bit more off of that, like that. And the thing is, using recycled paper, it doesn't matter if you use up a bunch of it. You just cut more. Okay, now I noticed that that is not lining up quite right. So I need to take more off of this at a different angle. And so I changed my angle up a little, take some more off of it, and now I put it back in place. Because you have to make your parts. There are none made for you. This is scratch built everything. And so, Niman, welcome Niman. And now, okay, see how that's bent? Well, that doesn't matter. I got my marks right there. So now, this is the part that I've got. It is going to be the other wedge piece that goes in over here. Is that where that goes? Yeah, that's where that goes. And now, I need to trim off just a teeny tiny bit more here. Trim it off, and that goes to nothing. Okay, it trims off to nothing. And you'll learn this as you build and get better with building. You will learn how to see your cuts and how to make them. But now, with this, I have been building with paper for 16 years. All right, and that 16 years has given me the sight that I need to understand all these different little parts that I have to make. Now, actually, that piece fit in there almost perfect. So, we take it out. We add our Elmer's glue to it. PVA, if you're in Europe, you guys, or in many other countries, has PVA glue too.
Someone says that they can't do this kind of work. My mom screamed at me during my projects.
Well, the thing is, if your mom is being a tyrant like that, I'm sorry, because there should be no reason for her to be mad at you for making art. Unless you have to build something to survive. Then it's a different story. But now that piece is in there. All I have to do is let that dry. And that actually fit better than the other one. And not always are you going to be able to make stuff to fit. Sometimes it's very difficult to make things fit. And you have to invent new ways to do stuff. Now this is just another little triangle piece that I have to cut for over here. And the easiest way to do this is to make my marks from here to here. So I put this on like that. Okay, that is where it is right there. So now, and I shake, you guys. There's nothing about this that is smooth. And I have learned how to mitigate the shakes a bit, but it's still there. And now I have this piece. You can see that kind of looks like a spaceship, sort of. But anyway, this part goes on here like so. Just like that. Okay, now there is my mark on that, so I know where the piece of paper is underneath because I can't see it. And so we put this on here, we put that onto the corner like so. And now I know I need to cut this on this line right here. So then we take that off of there just like that, and we cut it like so. And now you can see how this is actually starting to form into what shape I need. Oops, I cut that the wrong direction. I needed to take it off from this corner down here. Well, that works out still.
That guy with the angry mom says my mom was a home EC teacher. The entire school was scared of her.
Oh no. Well, the nice thing is, your mom doesn't do that to you anymore, correct? I bet your mom today is a completely different person. Anyway, that is that part. So, and it is absolutely correct now. So, we just put some bonding agent on it. And something about this, you guys, every time you add more pieces to whatever it is you're building, every time you're adding pieces like this, what it is doing is it is making your model, your toy or your art stronger.
Anyone says you can hear God in the background going burr, 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 burr.
Well, Niman, you're correct. Eddie's mic is there. Of course, I should call him by his actual name. Cornholio is there.
Hello, mates.
There you go. That's Corn talking.
Someone called Nastasha at the door. Good evening, sir. It's me, Llama. It's been about 6 months since I've tuned into the phone show.
Well, welcome back to the phone show. I am working on a Halo Warthog monster truck. This is the chassis. It's all independent suspension on this. It's just a coaster toy. It is not an RC. But I had the monster truck wheels off an old toy, and I decided, since everybody wanted me to build, lots of folks wanted me to build a Halo build, and I need to make another vehicle, I've decided to make the Halo monster truck. And
Talk a bit about the subscriptions and Van is in.
oh yeah, hey everybody, if you would like to learn how to do this more so than just watching the show, the bronze memberships are $2.98 a month. So $3 a month, less than a cup of coffee. You can get tutorials on how to start. You need to start. I started with this first Falcon 16 years ago. All right, this was my very first build. Mac and cheese, Elmer's glue, and acrylic paint. I drop it every show. Never fails. It never fails. 16 years of dropping this, still looks like a Millennium Falcon. Now, that was not a very good build compared to what I do today. And you can see I'm continuing to teach how to do this because it takes practice. You have to have the dedication to practice. So, and what I'm doing right now is I'm closing in all of these pieces so that I can get the paint job on here.
Van is also in.
Van's in?
Yeah.
Howdy, Van. Nice to see ya. It's closing in. I got the lights in it, you guys. I don't know if you can see this or not. Well, I can't turn it on right now because the battery box is closed because I'm building. Anyway, okay, what do I, oh yeah, I got to put this piece on over here. All right, so I've got to close this side in. And that means I need to take and make a little wedge piece to fit over here. So I take that, okay, and you see how I'm putting this here? Now, what I am doing is I am putting a pencil mark there. I'm putting a pencil mark here, and that is the corner. Okay, so the first one I cut is the corner. Cut this off just like that. All right, now this piece goes from this corner to this edge. There is my little triangle. Now that triangle piece is going to go right here, just like this. Now remember, whenever you're doing this stuff, it is adding strength every time you add a part to it. Okay, so now that didn't line up quite right. So what I want to do is I put a pencil mark out here. Now when I put this in place, like so.
Mike, when you're done there, do you want to show the light?
Show the what? The lights? Oh yeah, I can do that. Now I mark it here. All right, so what I have got now is I've refined this triangle down again. So now what we've got is that goes on just like that. And it fits perfectly in place. When you're building by hand, the better fit you have, the stronger your parts will be. And anybody that's fabricated anything, they know this. The better your parts fit, the stronger your builds will be. And so now I have to hold that for just a bit. That's over there. This one's over here. They're both a little tiny bit different. The reason they are different is because you're building things by hand. When you're building by hand and you're not having die cast parts made, you have got to fix everything to come together as a cohesive piece. Now, as you can see, this right here, this piece holds the battery box shut. Now, I think, can you see that, Grant? The colored lights in the dash? Because I can't tell. I can't tell if I'm seeing colored lights or not. But anyway. Where are they? I can't see them.
Your spotlights are lighting up the dash.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And anyway, this is a lit vehicle. It has headlights and side lights, and it has tail lights. But anyway, when I'm looking at it now, like looking at it from there, I can actually see the fiber optics have lit up. But it's not real bright. It is when I look at it. But anyway, it's all a learning curve, you guys. I've never done this part of it before. And so now we're going to turn that off. I think, yeah, there we go. And I'm going to put this back in the battery box. Just like that. Now this cable has to go inside there and fit down into there, just like this. Oh, come on. Get in there. Get in there. Thank you very much. And then that is just like that. That goes on there. This comes up here. That goes over there. And then this goes back down over here. And that little piece of paper clip, what that does is that little piece of paper clip keeps the battery box from opening and closing. Okay, so let's see, I got those parts in. Oh, that one moved. Okay, so this piece moved, and that means I have to re-glue the darn thing. And you always have to look for stuff like this, because when you're scratch building things, they tend to not want to stay together all the time, because when you bump a wet piece that has glue on it, it's going to move. Okay, now that's back in place. Now I know that this piece over here has to be shaped. All right,
You
now
never use super glue.
I've only used super glue in my stuff 2 times in 16 years. Super glue is really expensive, and it does not work well with paper. Okay, there we go. I started with micro machines, everybody. 16 years ago, this was my very first piece I made. I was playing a Star Wars game, and they literally had a piece of paper, where is it? That big. That was their Millennium Falcon. They didn't even bother to draw a picture of it. And they're playing an RPG game, and they're flying a Falcon. Well, I decided that wasn't very good, so I went back to my house on the weekend, ate a box of mac and cheese, and made this Falcon. Now, as you can see, the engines are completely different than a real Falcon. Reason being is I was doing this from memory. I didn't know what it looked like. Didn't remember. Didn't remember it was a bar like this one. And so anyway, I built this and brought it down to the game on Monday. And the guys were nuts over it. We couldn't get the game started because they were all busy playing with this. They accused me of stealing it, all kinds of things. I said, no, I made it out of paper. And 16 years ago, that's what started this whole little cottage industry of mine. And then when they blew it up and they patched it and got it home, I made them a new one because they made enough money on their archaeological expedition that they could buy another Falcon. And so they bought another YT-1300. They're not Falcons. I call them Falcons, but they're YT-1300. Now, as you can see, this second one was a little bit better. I had engines here that showed. I had these ridges back here.
Mike, can you get it a little bit closer to the camera?
Oh yeah, I can get it closer to the camera so you can see. But anyway, these ridges and stuff back here were not on this first one. And you can see the engines. I had ports back here. I didn't know that the Falcon or the YT-1300 had this kind of an engine. All right, now the thing about that is this one wasn't very good either. And so I made another one. Now this one, you can see the subtle differences between the number 2 and the number 3. You see how I made these engines versus how I made these engine coolant vents is what they are.
And that nose section is a lot longer and sharper.
Yes, because I was learning proportions. What was better proportions when you're building? And then later on, I built this one. These parts were deeper inset because that was more correct. I had more different kinds of accent work on it. I used wires to make these pieces actually put stuff in the holes of the Falcon. And this is the progression of how you learn. As you learn more, you get better at what you do. And this one, the quad laser cannons, I drew them on with a Sharpie. This one here, I made these little teeny tiny pieces right here. That still didn't look good. Well, I did it again there. But then on this fourth one, I actually used 4 little staples inside of some paper and Elmer's glue, and I actually made quad laser cannons, top and bottom. And then I made these, okay? This one didn't have any. If you want to be good at this, you just have to practice. You have to practice building all kinds of stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. Just start practicing.
A guy by the name of Linda says it took 40 times to create WD-40.
Oh, wow. Yeah, WD-40, that's cool. Well, you look at, who was it that made the light bulb? I think that was Franklin. Franklin? Was it Benjamin Franklin that made the light bulb, or was it Edison? I think it was maybe Edison.
Scobie squad's in, Mike. That's Joy's husband.
Joy's husband's in? Scoby Squad? Hi, Scoby. Welcome to the show. But anyway, to make a light bulb, he failed 1,000 times before he got a light bulb to work. That was Edison. So, I have been doing this now for 16 years. I'm getting rather good at it because I practice all the time. I work at my craft. And since I'm teaching it now to folks, I've got to do the best job I can possibly do. Otherwise, why am I doing it? I'm not. I shouldn't be.
Mike, show them the at and the at puppy.
Hey, guys.
I can see the difference between the small one and
All right. This is my first AT-AT. I used a little bitty cut pieces of staple squeezed between these paper parts to give it the actuation that it is. Now, the funny thing is, these turn and they'll also slide back and forth, albeit they don't slide back and forth very easy because those are also made from a staple. Now, you see this little puppy AT-AT. I like the way that is. Ta-da! All right, now, then I did this one. Oh, boy. Okay, now here we go. Let's move this up here so people can get a better view of this. I did not paint this. A friend of mine did with an airbrush. Now, unlike the little AT-AT, the head moves, yes, but these chin guns are actually, I have a lever back here and I made actuation so the chin guns would work. So, there's the differences in what you can do. It takes time to do this stuff. You have to have the dedication to do it. Now, I'll show you another one. This is another interesting build right here. This was my very first attempt at a sand crawler, the Jawa sand crawler. When I did this, I did not know what the engines looked like back here. Had no idea. I guessed at this. These I got right, these little pieces here, and I got the tracks correct. Other than that, this is not necessarily right. And you can see that this is bent in more here. That's because I still hadn't figured out how to make things symmetrical. Well, so my buddy, he painted a crash on here where some kind of ship crashed into it and bent it in. And that's how this one. Now I'll show you something that goes along with this little piece. It is this one here. This is killing the phone. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't hurt the phone any. It went clear to the floor. Anyway, you guys, this is the full size. I got to put this back. Hold on, everybody. Sorry about knocking you out. I'm still getting used to this. I'm still getting used to all this. I think what I got to do is tape that onto there so it can't come off. Oops. Got to get the chat to roll. There we go. Anyway, this is a better build of a sand crawler. Yeah. Yeah. So, how do you like my sand crawler now? There's a big difference between this sand crawler and this one. I had learned a lot more. I understood more about the paper, how it works. Tell you what, making that engine look like a sand crawler engine out of paper was tough. You have to design new parts. And so,
Joy's in.
what's that?
Joy is in.
Hi, Joy. Welcome to the show. I duplicated the armor on this, almost perfect compared to the pictures of the sandcrawler I had. So, this is what you can do with recycled paper if you just have the dedication to do it every day or every week, at least once a week.
Keep that camera down again, Mike.
Well, I was thinking about leaving it there. Come on.
No, it's too high, and you're gonna read. You know that.
Nope, I'm not gonna read. I said I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Cool.
Besides, I gotta put that up there on the shelf. I couldn't, you know. You gotta give me time to do stuff. All right, you guys.
Lost you there for a second. What did you say?
Here we go. We're back to building on the Halo Warthog. Now I put these pieces in. Now see these ones here they're shaped like this and they curve like that. Because of that, it's very difficult to get your paper to form to that. Now I use I use this stuff right here is this paper was out of a freezer box. No, it wasn't. It was a Ziploc. The 1 gallon Ziploc boxes. They're super heavy paper.
Wants to know where the Pepsi is.
Where the what is?
Pepsi.
What is today? Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, today's Thursday. Holy free holies, Batman. Sometimes I am behind, and I can fix that right away. I happen to have my signature paper. All right, you guys, here's the deal. I use chipboard to build with everything. All right, this is chipboard. Don't confuse it with particle board. There's a big difference. Chipboard is malleable. It's not cardboard. All right, chipboard is card stock. All right, I build with this, with everything I build is this stuff right here. Everything. Even the micro machines use it. And I happen to drink it too. So cheers. This Pepsi's for you, but I'm going to have to drink it because I can't pass it through the phone. Now, I was talking about malleability. This is a Whitman sampler box. Okay, right here. Now, this chipboard is softer. It is more malleable than the other stuff. So what I can do is I can start getting my dimensions of this, which is right about there. I have learned over years and years of building that there is a lot of difference in chipboards. The weights, the malleability of it, the workability of it. So now that is it right there. Okay, so now we want to cut a little bit more off of this, just like that. That is very close to what I want. Okay, so that goes down there.
Those flying shoes.
What?
Well, those flying shoes.
Flying shoes?
Yeah.
I think you need to go to the Union Gospel Mission and have your eyes checked. Because the last thing I saw with flying shoes, Mercury had them, and they had wings on them.
So someone wants to know, so you use the softer paper to make the interior?
No, I use the softer paper to make certain parts. Okay, this piece it's got a compound bend to it. That means I have to take this and I have to flex it and move it and work it because it has to have a compound shape. The only time I use the softer paper is when I have to have a compound shape. Now, there is that, and that goes up to there. Where's my pencil at? Doggone it. There it is. So we make a mark over here and a mark over there, and now I cut this down to fit where I want it to go. And so now what I'm doing is I'm building this part in here.
Mike, someone said, I went to Taco Bell and I got the flying shits. Not shoes.
Well, that's unfortunate about Taco Bell because I like Taco Bell. And the cool thing is, this is white, this is brown, but you paint everything. All your interior is painted. And that is the shape of it right there. Okay, so now I'm going to crease this just a little tiny bit with this and then work it with my fingers and test it one more time. I'm going to put it in place and see how it looks.
There's no Taco Bell element to that.
And now that looks pretty darn good.
So yes, Mike has a question. Will you then just use the pieces or that piece as a template for the other side?
No, you cannot use this as a template. Reason being, the other side is not the same size as this one, because when you're building from scratch like this, your sizes change from left to right or port to starboard, depending on what you want to call this. And so now I just hold that into place and let it bond up the best it can. Each build creates its own challenge because without having parts die cut, what a die cut piece is, it's like, let me see if I can show you a really quick example. All right, all right, these lids, all right, these are formed with a die. In other words, they inject the plastic into it, and every lid is exactly the same piece. It doesn't matter. You could have 10,000 bottles. The 10,000th lid is just like the first one because they're made in a die. When you buy a model kit, those model kits are all die formed. Say that again. I'm good. How are you?
Hi, Grandpa. What are you building today?
I'm still working on the Halo Warthog monster truck, grandkid. And so anyway, because they're not die cut, they're not exactly the same. You can build this side over here, but this side is going to be a little bit different than this one because you can't make your parts perfect. You can't. It's one of those things where you're going to have variances in what you build. Now there is that part. Now you can see right here that there's a little gap in that. Well, I have these little pieces of paper that I trimmed off of it. I can fix that gap just by taking this little wedge piece, putting glue on it, and sticking it in there. Because the nice thing is, when you paint it, it's just more detail. It adds a faux detail to it. It's kind of like one of them fake mink coats.
RP just sent $2. Enjoy the day.
Oh, thank you. And who did that, RP?
Yeah.
Thank you, RP. Thank you very much for your support. And now I just put that piece in there just like that. But when I paint that, it's just going to look like another lined part. Cheers, everyone. And now, at more of this Whitman sampler, this is going on the other side. Now this, what's that?
Hello, friend. Hello, friend. I came across your stream a few weeks ago. I was interested and have been watching your past videos over the last few weeks. Sir, your creations are beautiful. Such amazing raw quality. That's from Capture Low.
How is that said? Catcher Low?
Just say low.
Low? Thank you, Low. I've been very good at building my entire life, and so with that, I have never stopped building things since I was like 5 years old. And so here it is, all these years later, I'm still making stuff.
I want to tell Daniel about the membership, the tutorials, and Discord.
Okay. Daniel, we have a bronze membership. It's the cheapest. There's silver and gold as well. But the bronze membership, if you get a bronze membership, what it does is it gives you tutorials on how to build this stuff. And it also gives you our Discord site. And going to Discord, you can actually post pictures of what you build. It's pretty cool.
And you got your hangout on Saturdays.
And oh yeah, well I don't. I hate telling them that because I have so much going on. I don't get to come in every Saturday. Last Saturday and Sunday, I was busy all weekend. I couldn't go to Discord, but I do try to go there on Saturdays and Sundays, so that everybody knows that I'm still okay. Anyway, I formed this into there. And what this is doing is, this is creating the closed in part that I need to close this these extra points of entry so that they don't show. And so this is how you get stuff built. One piece at a time. You just have to work at it. And the more time that you can dedicate to doing this, the better at it you're going to be. I work 6 hours every day on paper. Now I know that you can't do that because I'm retired and you're not. But with being able to do this 6 hours a day, I stay at the top of my game with this. There is the second piece. It is now in place. So it fit. Now what I do is I just add some glue, Elmer's glue.
Rocket is in.
Howdy, Rocket. Nice to see ya. Welcome to the show.
What are the best types of paint for paper and cardboard?
For paper and cardboard, I say acrylic paint. Best. Because it seals your cardstock, it seals your cardboard so that moisture doesn't get into it. Because acrylic paint is plastic paint when it dries.
And then someone says they spent some time in prison recently. They got a lot of pressure out of making miniature cards out of card and matchsticks.
Yes.
These videos has given him so many ideas for projects.
Oh, that is fantastic news. I'm sorry you did time.
Rocket says the first Star Wars has to be the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked A New Hope in '77. I was absolutely shocked. I went to the Saturday morning matinee at the Fox Theater in Centralia at 11 o'clock. And I didn't leave the theater till 11 o'clock that night. I watched it back to back to back.
What is the best glue for paper and cardboard?
Elmer's glue or PVA is probably the best glue for chipboard and for cardboard.
I watched yesterday you worked on the battery pack door and left it with the rubber band. I'm curious how you got it finished. How does the paper clip hold?
Well, this paper clip swings in and out like so, and it does very good. That's it, right there. With that being open, I can actually get into this and pull the battery box out, turn the battery on, and then put it back in. And so the paper clip works exceedingly well, and you pretty much don't have to worry about it coming apart. It just fits on there like that, and I put it on there, and it stays put. It's I think it's what would be classified as a friction. It just adds enough friction with this bent piece on the end across here to keep it from opening up. Oh, Pepsi burp. Hold on a second. I got to chase that. And so now I've got all the wiring in. I have the fiber optics in. And what I'm doing now is I'm closing in the body parts. Now, the next thing I need to do is probably one through here. Okay, so these pieces, and I don't need that for anything. I painted these pieces for something else. They're perfect parts to use on anything. Now what I want to do is I want to put it in here because I have to close all this stuff in. Well, you have to close it in correctly or it doesn't close up right.
Thank you, mods. You do a great job. The stream feels like a wholesome family that's rare to see.
Yes, indeed, I agree. I have got the best mods on YouTube. Matter of fact, I think we have the best show on YouTube. And one of these days, it's going to prove itself. Independent suspension on this monster truck. Now, I try to use the same kind of paper in a lot of aspects of this build. This is a 1 gallon Ziploc bag box. All right, it is a super dense chipboard. Well, I want these side rails to be extremely dense because there's a lot of open space in here. All kinds of open space here. That means these side rails have to be strong enough to take any kind of flexing that you might do with this toy or this paper art. Well, to do that, I want to use the strongest paper possible. This board, this chipboard that comes out of these freezer boxes, all right? Any kind of boxes that you put freezer food in, it goes in there, other than cardboard. What are those things called? Hot dogs on a stick, wrapped in stuff. Corn dogs. Corn dog boxes that are in the freezer. They're like this too. Very, very good stuff. It's heavy. That's what I used down here on both these sides. So that's what I'm going to use to close these sides in. Oh, where'd it go? It's got to be, there it is. Found it, coach. All right, so now I know that I basically want this here width up here. No, I can't do that. It's got to be tapered. Daggone it. No, it don't. See this right here? All right, I want this to go around here. And so to build this accurately, I need to go to this here. All right, I have got a whole bunch of Pepsi box and stuff already painted. So now, when you look at this from a downward angle, like what I'm looking at right now, this side and this side, if you make these the same size on both sides, when your eye looks at this, it looks factory built because these are going to match.
Mike, I'm getting some strange feedback. I don't know if there's something repeating on your side or maybe on Honey's feed. I don't know.
I don't know. There's no sound coming from her side.
Hold on,
I don't know if it's feedback or I don't know what it is.
Well, let me...
Warlord is in.
Warlord?
Yeah.
How about now? Did the feedback stop?
Well, I can't hear anything at the moment.
This is a 1/4 inch. Okay, so what I have to do right now is I save this one and I go to this one.
It says that I really love that your work is structurally sound and not just something that looks strong. I have much to learn.
Yes, and structurally correct in your building methods is important with paper. I've seen all kinds of paper toys online. You can't play with them, you can't display them, and over time they melt because they have no superstructure inside. Everything I build has a superstructure in it. As I'm showing you, this part of this build right now, for just the side rails, is going to have cross pieces and top onto it. Now, I want to make these all the same size, all right, because it's very important. And so I'm going to mark them out at a 1/4 inch intervals. There's 4 of them. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to need more than 4, but 4 will do it right now. And I'll show you what happens after I cut these. I am very good at cutting. I have been doing it the same way for 16 years. But I will show you something here that is important to know. When I put these together, set them on this granite countertop, there is variances in them. So what I do is I take my sanding block, which is absolutely flat, and I sand one side down. What that does is that absolutely makes them symmetrical. It's just like I cut these on a die. And now they can go in here. They're going to match up exceedingly well.
Well, it says Mike is now flexing the granite top.
Yeah, the granite countertop. I tell you what, guys, I really like this granite. And it was cheap. I got it for half price because somebody had it made and it wasn't the right size and they threw it out. Well, I went to the granite gallery and I bought it. So I got it really cheap. And it happens to work for me extremely well. Okay, now that piece goes right there just like that. Another sanding block of mine. You guys, I've never showed you this one. This is teak. The wood is teak. Extremely dense, hard wood. And so now what I'm doing is I'm squaring up the piece that I want to glue this to.
Lowell says that they bought a small steel rule last week after your suggestion, and it's made the cutting so much more precise than cutting from drawn lines.
Yes, these steel rules, oh man. I started using this about 10 years ago. Yeah, I think it was 10 years ago. A buddy of mine brought it to me and gave it to me. And I didn't use it for the first week. It was just sitting around. And then one day I picked it up and thought, well, you know what? I do a lot of small cuts. I'm going to use this. Oh my God, was that a good move? So yes, I totally understand what you're saying. It is a fantastic way to get your builds much better as far as symmetry goes. And symmetry is important. Your eyes can see a lot of variances. If you don't have good symmetry in what you're doing, people will see it. If you don't care what you're building, you just want to get it built, symmetry is not important. But if you want museum quality, movie quality builds, you need to be mindful of your symmetry. It really, really makes a huge difference. Now, you can see that? See how well that fit together there? Now, it's just floating, all right? There's nothing to hold it in place, really. I have to build all that stuff in. Literally, my sanding blocks, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've got 20 of them right over there. That doesn't count the 20 I got over here that are all micro ones. These are all micro sanders that I've made. It's important that you have the proper tools, okay? I want a square hole. I needed a square sander, so I built one. This is just paper and some sandpaper on it. And so, yeah, necessity. When you get something necessary, you use it. Well, necessity has made it important for me to build all these different things that I make. So I do it. That, and I didn't have a lot of money when I started this. I still don't have extra money. But because I didn't have any money, I had to make everything. I made jigs for all kinds of different stuff. And it's stuff you do if you like to build. If you're not a fan of building, then it doesn't do any good to tell you about it. But if you like to make something from your own hands, there are certain things you have to be able to do. Yeah. Sometimes you can't, because my brain's considering why it's doing what it's doing. Anyway, there is a port and a starboard side. Okay, now we turn it over like that because gravity helps lay that down into place. All right. What I want to do at this point is, now I know those are 1/4 inch, and you lose a little bit because they go onto this piece, which means that piece is a little teeny tiny width, but it takes away from what you're building. And so now what I need to do is I need to make some gussets. All right. Now folks that build things, they know what a gusset is. Now that was a 1/4 inch. This is a 1/4 inch wide. So I want to take and make smaller ones, not quite a 1/4. So I'm going to take a little tiny bit off of each one of these, and I'm going to cut this down.
Mike, when you've done there, do you mind showing the TIE fighters?
I do not. I will do that. All right, I got to show this first. Now these little pieces right here, I'm just going to take one. Now I have this. It's a little bit narrower than it is long. And now I'm going to put it in here and see if it fits. It's still a little too wide. Okay, so that means these pieces have to be cut down smaller than what I just did. So I got to take that off of there. And so now I'm going to try this one. This one is a little bit smaller than the last one. Okay, so now I take that and I stick it down into place here and see how it looks. And it fits okay. It's a little too wide. He wants to push that piece out. So I just said, just trim a little teeny tiny part off of that. Now, you only need glue on 2 sides of this thing, because what it's going to do, once it dries in there, it's giving you your superstructure.
Boss is in.
Boss is in?
Yeah.
Nice, boss. Welcome back. Come on, you can do this. There's that piece right there. I need to do that over here as well. All right, now these are all custom cut and fit pieces. Now, that is not the only one. I'm going to put another one right here, and I'm going to put another one right there. What that is going to do is that's going to lock that piece in place so it's super strong. Because once you put the skin on top of this and the armor inside there, number one, it's going to hide all of this gobbledygook wiring mess, and it's going to have it super strong so that when you grab it by the side and pick it up, it will be perfectly fine with doing that. All right, so TIE Fighter build. I'm going to have to raise this back up. Hopefully this time I won't knock the camera off, because I don't think the camera falling on this granite is any good for it. I'm going to show you the TIE Bomber. This was over 3,000 pieces of paper to build the TIE Bomber. These wings, I had to build these wings in 6 parts. There was 5 layers of laminated paper per part. So 5, 10, 15 pieces just to build one wing. They had to dry. What?
Boss sent you 10 jewels.
Ah, thank you for the jewels. Thank you very much. But anyway, to dry these 5 layers of paper, I had 2 sheets of cardboard. These were laminated together. I laid them on the cardboard. I put 2 sheets of cardboard on top of them, and I stacked books on them. They had to be that way for 5 days so that the cardboard could leach the moisture out of these wings to keep them from warping. If you do not do that, you're going to get warped wings. And once they're dry, you cannot fix them. I know, because when I did Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, I warped the wings on the TIE Fighter. And I couldn't fix them. I tried. They could not be fixed. I had to throw them away and start over. These pieces here, all of these in here, those, and all of those back there, in here, those are greebles. Yep, greebles.
Mike, can you bring the camera down just a little bit? It's a little bit far from the bow.
What do you mean? I'm only 4 inches from it.
Yeah, like when you get really close, you won't believe how amazing it looks when you get close.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bring it down just a little bit. You won't reach how high. It really looks amazing.
You see this, you guys, right there? That is the end of an ink pen. That's a big pen body. And I filled it with stuff and then dried it out.
Rocket just gave you $6.99.
Oh, Rocket, thank you very much. Salute, Rocket.
And Jay sent you 400 joules, and Boss sent you another 30 joules.
Thank you guys for those jewels. I don't know what they do, but thank you very much. I think they're, yeah. Thank you for the jewels, you guys, very much. And that is a TIE bomber. Oh, wow, are you kidding me? Oh, man, do not do that. Oh, jeez. Doggone it. What in the heck happened here? Wow. When you run over cords with your chair, it really messes them up. I can't afford to get that thing goofed up. It's the only hot glue gun I got. Oh, man. Anyway, that is a TIE bomber, everyone. I'll show you another TIE that you probably have never heard of or seen. This right here is the Eyeball TIE Fighter from the graphic novel series Legacy. All of this is hand cut and fit paper.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, born in '86, so I first saw them when it was 8 renting them from the local video store.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I just gotten out of the Navy in '77, and Star Wars came out. And I'm a big sci-fi fan. My mom used to read to me Jules Verne when I was a child. And so I was really into sci-fi stuff. And I went to the Fox Theater in Centralia, 11 o'clock Saturday morning. I did not leave the theater until 11 o'clock Saturday night. I watched Star Wars back to back.
People are loving that. They say it looks awesome and the detail is perfect. Rocket sent you another $6.99 and says, well, why would you roll over your cords like that?
Well, I was backing up a Rocket, and I didn't know the cord was down there in the way of the wheels, and it rolled right over it. and then I couldn't get it out, and it was like, what in the heck happened? But anyway, it did not cut the cord. I did okay. But anyway, this stuff here, this is Tyvek paper. You can look it up. Tyvek paper comes in many colors. I looked at these solar arrays on these TIE fighters, and I thought to myself, that Tyvek paper is going to be perfect. for making solar collectors. So anyway, that's what I did. Eyeball TIE Fighter from the graphic novel series Legacy, Star Wars. And I don't know when they were written, but I know that people have come into the show and talked to me about it in the past. You might be a Doctor Who fan. Well, here is a Dalek from Doctor Who. And I made these out of Q-tips, plastic Q-tips. So they'll bend and they will break, but they're a lot more flexible than a regular Q-tip. So chances of them getting hurt, falling down, or anything like that, pretty slim. But it's a pretty good representation of a Dalek. And this one right here, this is probably the coolest stand I ever built, was for this Tomcat. Looks like it should be in the Museum of Flight. The amazing stuff that you can do with paper.
I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back, Eduardo.
Lowell says Grandma read him Jules Verne and other sci-fi stuff. Didn't realize how much sci-fi fan he was until later in life.
Yes, absolutely. That is so true. Okay, guys, I'm back to building. Now, this piece.
They love the F-14's color.
Yeah, I know that color turned out really good. Hey, and it's the second time I used that color. The first time I used it on this this A-wing. See that thruster in there? I made that out of a bottle cap. Okay, you take a bottle cap and you put Elmer's glue and toilet paper or tissue paper or a paper towel around the outside of it. And what you end up with when you take it apart is you end up with this. A thruster nozzle made out of a bottle cap. This one was probably Pepsi or something.
Okay, I'll let you answer this one, Mike. If I donated $20, would you be interested in building a Fallout New Vegas Victor by chance?
Build a what?
A Fallout New Vegas Victor. It's a Fallout is a game, so it's.
Oh, it's a part out of a game? Well, I tell you what, if you give me $20,000, I'll build it. $20 gets you a twerk. Oh, you want out? Oh, okay. There you go. See you later, kitty cat.
Yeah, tell Natalie not to give those people attention.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, you guys. Now let me see. Oh yeah, I got to do these. Now this upright's going here.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go on to phone one.
Your creativity knows no bounds, Mike.
Yes, that is true. I have built some amazing things in the past 16 years. The stuff I'm doing today, I classify as some of my best work. Because they're being lit up.
40 minutes left, Mike.
40 minutes? All right. thank you all for joining the phone show, for coming by. Thank you for your donations, everyone. It really helps the business out a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing me with others.
Never mind. You're at 100 likes, Mike.
We're at 100 likes, everybody. Thank you very much for doing that.
Somebody said the Warthog.
Yes, indeed. This is a Warthog. A monster truck Warthog. There. Now that's closed in.
Edrich is back. He says, I'm back. Wombat is in the yard.
Wombats in the yard. What did they eat stuff? Do wombats eat things that are in your yard, or are they just visiting? All right. I've got a high spot. Hand sanding won't bring it down. But the power of this little Dremel sander, it fixed it. I tell you what, that little Dremel sander that I've got, it's one of the most amazing tools that I bought. It has literally saved me more hours of work than any other thing I have.
You know, surgeon light assemblies are specifically made to stop shadows.
What kind of lights?
Surgeon light assemblies.
Yeah, that's probably why they're $40,000 for one of them things too.
10,000 on Timu.
Oh wow, and that'll work good for about a week.
Oh, we dropped 2 likes because we dropped back down below 100. So.
Yeah, and how in the world can that happen?
People probably removed their likes because they got removed.
No, good for them.
Only one person was removed, so.
Well, and then the other like never showed up in the first place. It was just there as a glitch.
And now it jumped up to 104.
Oh, wow. Very cool, everybody.
It's bugging.
Yeah, it is bugging. Nova? Nova's on Discord. Welcome, Nova, to Discord. Nice to see you over there.
How do you know he's over there, Mike?
Am I correct?
I don't know what you're reading, but I don't see Nova talking.
Well, I do.
Nova's not even in here, Mike.
On Discord?
Oh, on Discord? Yeah. I named my bike Wombat because my dad brought a wombat and kangaroo sticker from Australia. We named his bike Roo.
Oh, that's so cool. Nice. Wombat and Roo. Awesome sauce. Okay. And there is the fourth, or the third, 2, 4, 6. 6 rails to close in the doorways. And now what I'm going to be doing is bridging these doorways up with these gussets to give them the strength that they need so that if I grab a hold of this doorway and pick up the body, it won't cave in. Cheers, everyone. I am the old Pepsi generation. I want to start a new one. And as you're going to see, as I close this in, all this gobbledygook wiring and everything that is in there, the fiber optics and the hot glue, it is all going to disappear.
Honey Bunny, you might want to see this. Mike, student of the day.
Oh, look at that. Ruby's the student of the day. That is cool, Ruby. You just keep doing that.
That's so cool. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Okay, so now, as I showed you before, where was that little piece? Here it is. I got these little things here, and now all I got to do is cut this off like so. All right. Now this is going to be another gusset that is going to help to solidify the strength of these sidewalls. You have to do this. It's not something you can get away with not doing. You have to do it.
Donated $2.79, Mike.
Who did?
Rocket.
Thank you, Rocket. Awesome news. Where are we at? 14 bucks? We're getting close to a twerk, Rocket. Thanks. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. This one is custom fit different than the other one because there's stuff in the way back there that I don't want it to mess up with just to glue down. And so, yeah, it's got fiber optic in it.
Rocket donated another $2.79, Mike.
Oh, Rocket, thank you very much. We're closing in, everybody. $5 more and I'll do a twerk.
Matthew Elliott says, hello, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Matthew. I am closing in the armor and the sidewalls on the Warthog. All the lights are in. The fiber optics are in. Everything works correctly. And so now I can close this all in and it's going to disappear.
Rocket donated another $2.79, Mike.
Oh, thank you, Rocket. Hey, everybody, $2 more, and I got a twerk coming to show y'all. Now, remember, I'm 70 years old. I don't know what a twerk is, but I attempt to do a twerk for you.
JKC donated $4.99, and Rocket Fish donated another $2.79.
Oh, okay, you guys, that's twerk time. All right, here we go. Thank you all for your support. Octari? What is it? Cactuart. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All right. I twerk for 20s, everybody. Now, remember, this is a phone show. All right. I'm 71 years old. I'll be 72 in November. And I enjoy doing this so that you all can get a laugh. Laugh at me or laugh with me. As long as you're laughing, that's important. Now, first twerk of the day, you guys. So that means I got to take and warm up a little bit. Up, am I out? Oh, that's not even a good angle. Okay, we better do that. How's that? Oh, that's better. Okay, everybody, here it is. Now, and I want to get warmed up here because, I'm 72 years old. I need to get practice and twerky, twerky, twerk, twerk, twerk. Hey, twerk, hey, twerk, hey, twerk, hey, twerky, twerky, twerk. Twerky, twerk, twerky, twerk, twerky, jerk, jerky, 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 twerk, 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 twerk. Thank you all for your support. Twerky, twerky, twerk, 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 twerk. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I appreciate the help a lot. Okay.
How the camera shook a little.
What?
loves how the camera shook a little.
That's because my big butt made it shake. All right. So, that piece is drying. And I can actually use these little parts here. I can just cut them down smaller and use them as gussets.
Are you eating? What are you eating? Oh. Have a great day. It's night here, so I'm going to head off. Thanks for the great content and community.
And who said that?
Cactuar.
Catuar? Is that right? Cat?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Cat. I will be back tomorrow, hour and a half earlier, for my final show for the week.
And Edrich said, can I ask you a question, Mike?
Yes, Edrich, of course you can.
Amazon got it.
Yeah, Edrich, whatever your question is, I'll answer it to the best of my ability.
Station wagon. Could you build a station wagon next? It's my favorite car. Somebody else. I wasn't Edrich.
Yeah, I kind of figured that wasn't Edrich. If
Edrich did say, where are the hot tamales at?
Oh, the hot tamales, they'll be right here, Edrich. Hold on. A station wagon, you got to build it. I don't have time. Okay. Here we go, everybody. Remember. Oh, Pepsi burp. Hold on, I'll chase that later. Get your hot tamales here, everyone. Get them hot off the grill. You know, they're fiery hot. And if you bake them with jalapenos, oh my God, they're hot. Anyway, they come wrapped in a corn skin. Oh, another Pepsi burp. I'm going to have to fix that. Get your hot tamales here, everybody. They're hot off the grill. You can bake them, fry them, or you can put them on a stick and roast them over a fire. Get your hot tamales here, everyone. And they come as a box of candy. Thank you for coming to the phone show. Okay. Well, I got 2 over there, and I got 1 over here. I need to...
Tamales in the world.
Best tamales in the world. Absolutely. Now, if you just want to throw your stuff together, you do not have to take the time to make all these gussets and things like that I show you how to make, because you don't need to. But if you want it to last and give it to your grandkids or your sons and daughters, you have to do this. It is mandatory. It's like building a house. If you build a house and you don't put all the rafters in it, the walls fall down. This is the same exact principle. All right. Now, I need another part over there. Now, see, there's a whole bunch of fiber optic line right down in here that's in the way. But I still have to put a gusset in there. You have to. If you want your builds to survive, it's something you have to do. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I need to do some of this.
Are you back, Grant?
Yeah, I told you I'm back.
Oh, you're not reading.
Yeah, we didn't hear you.
I'm about to. Joyce says her station wagon was stolen once and they delivered newspapers to the whole town. And they found it on the other side of town with a bunch of stolen tools in it.
Wow, that stinks.
So I take and what's in it?
She says they stole the oldest car in town, the most recognizable vehicle in the whole city, and they filled it with tools.
Ha. Wow, that's nuts.
Really happy. But the last one is the lowest.
Okay, so I want to make those pretty close to evened out. All right, so I want to even these out. That means I should probably put this top piece on here first and then add the edging.
When they got the station wagon back, they kept all the tools, so they got a bunch of tools for free.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was kind of a bonus. At least they got it back. Most of the ones that get ripped off over here, they set them on fire after they take them. So there's no fingerprints or nothing.
Eddie, your mic.
Why don't you shut up, Grant? You're really pushing my buttons today.
I know, but it's too easy.
They like hearing Ruby. Shut up.
Uh-huh. And that was Ruby in the background. How old is Ruby, Eddie?
5.
She's 5 years old, you guys, and she's an honor roll student at 5. She is very smart, and she's doing a super good job.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome, Ruby. Okay. Now, I think I want to do this width here. So, we're going to look at this, and I'm going to see the measurements on this. This is a 3/8, and this one is just under 3/8. Okay, so I want to even these out. So I want to make both of these sides the same size. And I'm looking across this direction between this piece and this piece. I want to make sure that they're angled correctly. Hey, quit wiggling. And I tell you what, this Dremel sander has saved me a bazillion hours work. Now you can see how this is shaped like that. Okay, well, in the process of building, you have to make your stuff look right. Okay, well, in doing so, it takes time to learn how to add a little here, take a little off. And in doing that, what it does is it gives you the ability to change your variances in your parts from, say, left to right. Okay, now.
Idris says that, fun fact, the new glue he's using creates smoke when it comes into contact with the other glue he used.
Oh, yeah, it's having a chemical reaction. Be very careful that you don't set it on fire. Because when you have a chemical reaction like that, you can set things on fire. Okay. Now we're going to take that off of there just like that. Now, whenever I'm cutting a long straightaway, I bend the paper like this, okay? Because what that does is it matches the point of the scissors up with the line. That means
Talented. Love your
my cuts are straight.
micro machines. God bless.
Oh, the micro machines? Yeah, those are awesome. I got a few of them too. I played 10 years with these. Very, 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 very cool they are. My buddy made these action figures. I told him, I says, I'll make 2 speeder bikes. If you put the action figures on, I'll give you one. So there's another one of these out in the world. And Kiva's got it.
I love that one. That's my favorite.
Little Star Destroyer.
Yeah, I love it. Get a puppy at that and a puppy Star Destroyer. Do you sell them?
Not the micro machines, I do not. The big ones, yeah, I'll sell the big ones. How many? 20 minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here just like this. All right. Now this this paper that I'm using, because this is a heavy duty 1 gallon Ziploc box, it has a texture to the back side of it. By matching up my textures, when you paint this, it looks more like a cohesive piece. All right, now,
Miss Tell Joy and her husband to become members so they can show us their farm, all their scary birds and homicidal parrots.
Joy, that is awesome news. Thank you.
No, you must tell them to join. They're not members yet.
Oh, they're not members yet? Oh, yeah. Hey, Joy, that's true. You and your spouse need to become members so that we can you can share pictures of your farm and stuff with us. I think that would be really, really cool. Because then you could go to Discord and show us pictures.
Niemand is back.
Who is?
Niemand.
Neyman. Welcome back.
You must add a hard T at the end. Niemand.
Oh, Niemand? Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a D, but it works with T. Niemand.
Ah.
Yeah, in Dutch, his name means someone, no one.
Wow. I had no idea.
Van says he's still here. He's just hanging out with the birds outside, listening to the show.
Oh, that's fantastic, Van. Let me know if I put the birds to sleep and they fall over.
15 minutes.
15 minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. I will be back tomorrow for another show. I hope to see you all then.
Ben says he's in a little bit more pain than normal, doesn't have his meds.
I'm sorry, Van. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. No, I understand. Was that the end of that? Oh, no. There, I got more. Okay. Now, once you get all your measurements done, uh-oh, that slipped, doggone it. That's the only problem with working with wet glue. Sometimes your parts slip, and if you don't fix them, they get out of shape really bad. Then you have to tear them off and redo them. Oops.
Pepe says that wish we all have a good day, a nice day.
And who said that?
Pepe.
Pepe, thank you very much. And I hope you can come back tomorrow. 2 hours earlier, I will be live again.
That's actually pee-pee.
Whoa, Pepsi burp. Hold on.
Angel says you're so talented you could have been a surgeon with those calm hands.
Well, thank you very much. You know, Honey Bunny said the same thing. She said with what I can do with my hands, I could have been a brain surgeon. That's scary. Okay, it looks like I got to sand that down just a little tiny bit and make that even.
Joker said the build is looking real good.
Thank you. The build is looking good. It's coming together, you guys. It won't be much longer and I'll be done with this chassis. Then it's getting the seat in the monster truck itself in here, and the steering wheel and the dash, and being able to mount that onto there. Just like that. Very cool. It is coming together, you guys. I want to thank everyone for your support, your help and donations. I want to thank you all for getting bronze, gold, and silver members, and posting all your videos and stuff over on our Discord site.
Rocket just sent you $27.99 Canadian.
Oh, what? Holy mackerel, Rocket! Oh. Thank you, Rocket. That's a major torque right there. Okay, here we go, Rocket. This is for you. Thank you very much. All right, everybody.
Mike the neurosurgeon, engineer, chief dag would call that.
Engineer, chief Dagwood builder. Yeah, I can kind of do that too. All right. Oh boy, you guys, here we go. Oh, thank you, Rocket, 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 Rocket. Thank you, Rocket. Turkey, twerk, twerk, twerk. Turkey, twerk, turkey, twerk, turkey, 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 jerk. Twerk, 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 twerk. Twerk, twerk, twerk. Thank you, Rocket. Turkey, twerk, turkey, jerk. Turkey, twerky, turkey, jerk. Jerk, jerk, twerk, twerk, twerk. Okie dokie. I hope you all enjoyed and had fun, because that's what it's all about. Thank you, Rocket. Wow. I absolutely can't get in there with a sander. I don't know what I'm going to do there. Might have to add another layer and even the two sides out. Okay, well, we shall see. And that slipped. Really? Are you kidding me? How'd you manage to slip that far? All right, closing this in. Every day, this gets closer and closer to being complete. I won't be done with it this month. I think maybe next month I will be done with this. And so stay tuned, everyone. It is coming along. Okay, now that fits. Okay, and you just keep cutting and fitting pieces until you've got everything closed in the way you want it. I love that Dremel sander. It comes in so darned handy. All right, this is that piece. Okay, now you can see I have them, both sides are symmetrical.
I might get ready for your one.
Oh, I got 1 minute to go?
Yeah, and then you get your one-on-one.
Okay, well, I'm going to adjust the camera angle. Okay, so this is what you've got to do. That's a little too much. Okay, there we go. You can see how this is all starting to close in. This is the last part. This is the first build I actually started at the back and the front at the same time and worked toward the middle. I'm not sure why I did that. other than the fact that I think instinctively I knew that I had to work both directions at the same time to get this to become the best build I could make. So it's all part of what's going on. Thank you, Rocket. We love you too. Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you all for joining. It's the end of the show, everybody. That means I gotta go. I will be back tomorrow, 2 hours earlier. I hope to see you then. You've seen quite a bit of detail work come to this today. There was a lot of things that were done, and I have to do painting tonight. There's a lot of stuff I've got to paint. I've got to touch up paint. I need to paint down here on the bottom. And yeah, those are all things that get done behind the scenes. Thank you, Titan. Cheers. I am the old Pepsi generation. I want to start a new one. The end. I'll have another one next Tuesday. Good night, GJ. Take care. Sleep well this evening. Oh, can't do that. The battery box is locked up. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Thank you, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope to see you all then. Anyway, this is the turret mount for the big gun. I've been thinking about how to make that. Not exactly sure, but I will get it done. Oh, thank you, Titan. The force is always with the paper army. Okay.
Read Marcus's one. Mike.
Marcus?
Marcus wants to know, what is that?
What? Oh, Marcus. Oh, Marcus, this is going to be a Halo Warthog monster truck. Here's the monster truck tires and wheels for it and chassis. Anyway, this is going to go onto this monster truck. It is not an RC. It's just going to be a friction vehicle. You just push it around. That's what makes it go. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Bill. You as well. The force is the first name of Mr. Eason's. Who's that? I never heard of him before. Yes, Marcus, out of recycled paper. You can see inside here. You can still see some of the paperwork. And it's all being closed in. And I've been building on this for over a month. And so actually a month and a week. Because what is today, Thursday? Yeah, I started on the 15th of September is when I started this build. And so I'm just a month and a week into this build. But it's getting done. Thank you, Titan. Salute. What do you mean, Eddie? Why would you ban Rocket? I have considered putting motors on these. I'm not to that build point yet to where I can actually make them work right. I just started putting lights in these things. Hey, stay in your lane, Eddie. You get run over by a semi-truck. Hide my walker. Oh, thank you, Eddie. All right, you guys, it is the end of the show. That means I got to go. All right. Let's make sure I got everything in place here. Nothing moved. I think it's all good. Take care, everyone. Aw, Rocket. Okay, wait a second. I got to do a twerk before I shut the show down. Rocket surprise. Thank you, Rocket. Oh, twerky, twerky, twerk, twerk, twerk. Twerky, twerk, twerky, twerk, twerky, 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 jerk, twerk, twerk. Thank you, Rocket. Twerky, twerk, twerky, twerk, 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 twerk. Twerky jerk, twerky jerk, twerky, twerky, twerky jerk, twerk, jerk, twerk. Thank you, Rocket. You caught me off guard on that one. Thank you very much, Rocket. Thank you guys all for your support. It really makes a difference in the business. Thank you for your help. All right, you guys, remember, does not matter what you are. Doesn't matter who you are. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you are. Wait a minute. Where you are. Doesn't matter where you are. Does not matter what color you are. And it doesn't matter what religion you are either. We all live on the third rock from the sun. That makes us human beings. Let's start being better human beings and save this world. We can. We just have to want to save it. Good night, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 hours earlier. Good night.